I want to talk to you guys today about a tool I use in a lot of strategic planning workshops called an Affinity map. Now, the way an Affinity map works is you get everybody in the room, you give them an instruction, and get everybody in the room to write down things onto Post-it notes. Importantly, you got to ask them to put one thing per Post-it note. Now, one of the ways that I use Affinity maps is in the where section of our strategic planning workshop. Where do we want to be in, let's say, 3 to 5 years? And I ask the question often, how do you want people to describe us in, let's say, 3 years' time? How do we want people, what words do we want people to be using when they're talking about our business? Now, I give people time to sit down and write them down one per Post-it note, and then I get the individuals to come up to the board and to start to put them on the board. And you specifically need to ask them to try and group them into common themes. So you can see I've got some that team members may have already put up on the board, and I've got a few more here. So this one here might be human, so that might go in this sort of group here around good people, friendly people, being approachable. Got one here about quality, so maybe that comes up here around experts, being the best at what we do. And I've got one here about being trustworthy. Now, where does that go? Maybe that goes up here around being reliable. So often you get to the end of getting everybody to put their Post-it notes on the wall, and depending on the personalities in the room, it could be a bit of a mess. And so then I often ask somebody else, or I'll do it myself if I consider appropriate, to just sort of get clarity from the room as to where they should best be grouped. What we're looking for is we're looking for themes. And what we might do is we might summarize what that theme is. We might summarize what that theme is. Now, I've talked about using it there as part of our where, part of the strategic planning exercise, but you can use it for a whole range of different things with your team.